If you asked me what was worse, eating my own boogers mixed with feet fungus or scrolling on Twitter.com, I'd pick Twitter every single time. This app is where happiness goes to die. They say Barney the dinosaur stepped onto Twitter.com and now he's Mopey the chicken. I came across this tweet with like 30 million views, super viral, and it's got 50,000 likes, keep in mind. Somebody posted a tweet saying, "What's the harshest truth you've learned?" And then this person responds saying, "There are no benefits to being a good person." 50,000 likes on Twitter.com. Listen, I don't know what kind of a sad and pathetic existence you actually have to live to quantify being a good person into like tangible benefits. Shouldn't you just be a good person for the sake of being a good person? Wasn't there that whole quote of be the change you want to see in the world? Like, it's not supposed to be for you, you selfish bastard. Now, you can argue that it does kind of like help your soul and your character by being a good person, because I do kind of believe in karma a little bit, you know, whatever you put out in the world does eventually come back to you. So in that sense, I guess being a good person is for yourself. But I think the baseline value is for other people. And when you're doing good acts, it better be from the goodness of your heart and not like, hey, I'm doing this good act so that later I'll get back something, right? Because that's just being like, I don't know, a nice guy type of guy, you know? From my experience, being a good person is a form of unhealed trauma and people pleasing. Once you unlearn all of this, you will see the light. What the hell are you talking about? What? You want everybody to become dickheads like you? I feel like the bad people are the traumatized people. How have you come to the conclusion that the good people are the traumatized people? And people pleasing is different from being good, okay? Absolute goated reply from Isaac here. You're mistaking kindness for weakness. It takes strength to be good, to be in control of yourself, no matter how hard things might get. I think that is the point of being good. Like, despite the fact that life throws all these shitty things at you, you know, danger, rejection, horrible experiences, trauma, if you can fight past that and still find it in your heart to treat others with respect and kindness, then I think you'll come out on the other side a happier person. And maybe if you believe in the afterlife or whatever, you won't get burned for eternity or some bullshit like that. I don't know. If you're doing good for benefits, you're doing it for the wrong reason. True, say for the ones in the back. I respectfully disagree. 16-year-olds be like, I do think this is definitely like maybe a teenager mentality, because maybe you try to actually do something good for once in your goddamn life, and then you had like one particularly bad experience that, I don't know, the goodness wasn't reciprocated. But I feel like that doesn't even matter, okay? I kind of go by the motto of just like give everybody your best and don't expect anything in return, because as Stoicism says in philosophy, right, you can only control your actions and not the actions of other people. So stop trying to change things you can't control, focus on yourself, be the best person you can be, and then hopefully the world will accommodate, because you being a good person brings one more good person into this world, and you probably interact with a bunch of other people, and their hearts get changed. I know mine was changed. I used to be a dickhead in high school, and then I met this one guy who was just completely amazing, okay? This guy was like so unconditionally giving and helpful, and he didn't care for any benefits or anything at all. And I always looked at this guy, I was like, okay, this is a guy I actually look up to, admire, and I want to be like. And unfortunately, I'm not into contact with him anymore. Otherwise, I 100% would have brought him on this channel for sure. But yeah, he kind of changed my life, not gonna lie. He taught me to be a good person actively. People are pulling like quotes like these, like no good deed goes unpunished, which sounds really weird. Like, why would good deeds go punished, right? That makes no sense. But there's a sort of like trend on the internet where really bad things happen to really good people, and it's just unfortunate, okay? But that doesn't mean that's how it's always gonna be. That is just like one aspect of their lives. Like, really bad things have happened to me. I haven't killed anybody, dog. But after that, lots of good things have happened to me, and so much good that it's counteracted that bad. But the only thing that goes viral is like the bad part that we want to show everybody. So I really don't think that if you go do good deeds, you're gonna have like worse karma than somebody who does bad deeds. I think, okay, maybe this is like all like superstitious and shit, but I do think there's some sort of governing force in the world, okay, that makes justice happen, okay? Sometimes it's just humans, us, you know, enacting justice with the law and, I don't know, trying to get back on evil people. But I do think there's a higher power kind of helping us out, at least a little bit, you know? The people closest to you will hurt you the most because they're the only ones you care about. So obviously there's these two sides to it, right? People who are extremely jaded because something bad happened in their life. It's kind of like, you know, woman gets bad boyfriend, all men are bad. Guy gets bad girlfriend, all women are bad. You know, it's just not like that. You need to stop generalizing. And if that makes you stop being a good person, maybe you need to question if you were a good person in the first place, okay? Because if you were only doing it for it to be reciprocated, you were just like a selfish person with extra steps, you know? I humbly disagree. There's humongous benefits in being a good person. No evil really goes unpunished. It's just that sometimes when it does, there's no publicity. That's true. Maybe evil people are getting punished, but we're not seeing it on camera, okay? Not everybody's got a camera all the time. However, being good can be exhausting, burdensome, and lonely. But in the end, when the time is right, you will enjoy the reward of your goodness. Yes, but I don't feel like you should be waiting for it, because you're going to be waiting for a hell of a long time. It's better to just develop your identity into a sort of good person rather than, I don't know, stacking all. Otherwise, you're going to start counting. I did 65 good deeds, and I haven't been rewarded for 5 years, right? It's just a bit cringe at that point. Like, sure, you're doing a lot of good deeds, but also you're like, like, imagine Mr. Beast, every time he gave away 10 grand, he's just like, he expects somebody else to give him 10 grand in return. Don't be a good person, be a genuine person instead. Too many people pretend to be a good person, but that's just a pretense because being good is relative. I don't want to see good people mask people put up. I want to see people as they are. But I'm confused with that one. I think everybody can choose to be good. I don't think anyone's like genuinely bad. Like maybe you spawned as like the devil, but that's kind of bad luck, dog. Like if you spawned and your like genes make you like kids or some shit, like GG, bro. There's nothing we can do. You can just head off to jail, head off to an institution. It's over for you, buddy. I think most people actually have a choice, okay? You can choose to be a good person. You can't be like, well, I'm genuinely not a good person, okay? Everybody can try to be better, okay? You can try to do acts of service for people. You can try to compliment people. You can try just little small day-to-day acts, okay? Go wash the dishes. If your mom's been washing them for like all the time, go get some groceries, okay? Go donate to charity if you're rich enough. I don't know. These are the lies normies will tell themselves. First, they expect immediate payoff for kindness. Second, they will rebrand their selfishness and shallow behavior into maturity. Actually true. Let's play devil's advocate for a second, okay? Suppose you're born just a dickhead, okay? You're extremely selfish. You only care about yourself, okay? Huge dickhead. But even then, I think long term, for like the peace of your mind and just like functioning of your being, I feel like being good is always like the better thing to do. I don't know, maybe people can sleep at night doing like heinous activities, like maybe you murdered your 60 cousins or some shit and your entire town and you're sleeping soundly, but personally that would probably creep up on my mental a little bit, so I'll choose to not do that, you know? Now click this video or you become a Twitter reject, doomed for eternity, okay?